What's happening, beautiful people? You are tuned into the Woman Takeover Wednesday. And today I am so humbled. I am super, super honored to be with this lovely soul. I have Christine Njoki. I would like to say that you are versatile. You're an entrepreneur, content creator, a millennial coach, and you're just an amazing person, and I'm super, super excited to have you here with me today. So how you doing today, Chris?
First of all, those are so many titles. I was like, what? She's that?
She is.
No, but thank you, for the kind words. I'm very happy and honored to be here as well. And I'm looking forward to it. I love seeing women doing stuff like this, being creative and just like living their authentic selves.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy and honored to be here with you as
well. Thank you so much. I would like to say that you're a jack of many trades and you're an inspiration to so many women out there. I would want to start off the show with you telling us about how your dad bought you a sewing machine when you were 13 or 14 years old.
Oh my God.
Where it all started.
I don't even know how you know that. That's how I know you're good at what you do.
Thank you.
That's some dope research. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I mean, I think I was like every other child who really just at that point in your life, young age, you're just looking for things you're interested in doing, right?
Yeah.
You don't really have a plan. You don't really like set out thinking. Yeah, maybe you think, okay, I'm gonna be an astronaut just because that's what like is so big and unachievable.
Yeah.
You want to be that. But I remember being a child, I just really enjoyed like making things with my hands. And I used to just like find myself fiddling with things, taking apart things, putting them back together.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really like a system to how I did it. But I remember what happened is when I was about 12, 13, I stumbled upon a suitcase with my mom's old clothes.
Okay.
And I remember I found this in the garage and I was like, whoa, I opened it up and it was like proper 80s clothes, like with the huge ass sleeves and the bright colors. Like it was very retro.
Dope.
And I remember at that time I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. It's nothing like what you have now. Because at that time, I remember we used to wear those jeans with like the puke colors.
The green,
with the fur.
Yes, I remember.
I used to hate them anyways. So finding this stash to me was like a pot of gold.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, oh my God, these colors are so nice. The fabric is like satin and it has like all these bejewels and the buttons are huge and gold.
Yes.
So I remember that time I was like, okay, I need to make like my church stuff. Like, because church is where you'll dress up.
Yeah, look nice.
Yeah, Sunday best.
Sunday best,
yeah. So I was like, man, my Sunday best will be popping. I won't be the one over there with the jeans like everybody else. I'm going to be in the fuchsia. And the
gonna
emerald
stand
green,
out.
And like the shoulders fuck up. So I was so excited. So I used to take those clothes and rip them apart or like use scissors. And then just sew back together by hand.
Wow.
And this is stuff I learned from home science when I was in primary school.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just like taking apart things, putting them together and things. So then after a while, my dad was like, oh my God, you spend ages doing this stuff. And usually I'd wake up early on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Wait for me. Just give me 10 minutes. I need to finish hemming. I need to finish hemming this.
Yeah.
Like, let's not go. Guys, everyone's ready. But I'm just like, okay, wait. Let me shorten. So then he was like, okay, fine. Let me get you something that will help you work faster. And he just went to a tailor I think we had in the estate.
Yeah.
And just got one of the rickety old machines. And I think he got it for like, was it maybe like 1,000 bob or something?
Yeah.
That thing was rickety. It was on its last legs. So then he got me that, and I remember it used to be in my room. So at least I started teaching myself like how to use that. It used to break down all the time.
Really?
But I used to just know it was still faster than doing it by hand. I used to like try and do it by myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I got my very first sewing machine.
Beautiful. So you go into school and you go into business school first.
Yeah.
So how was this for you? Did you enjoy it? Was your mind in it? Was your heart in it?
So I remember when I finished high school, again, I had no idea what I wanted to
do. Yeah.
And of course, there were the things that I was being directed towards because I was, much better at math and
sciences. Yeah.
So then everyone sort of like expected me to go that direction with the math stuff. And I was like, it doesn't like ignite my passion.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling it.
I'm just not feeling the passion.
Yeah.
So, I remember I had a moment where I didn't really know what to do. And I expressed that to my parents, and they were like, okay, we don't want to push you into something you really, really don't want to
do, yeah.
So why don't you just take a break? And during that break, you still need to do something, so do business. Because if anything, the one thing that you can always rely on is at least like some business studies.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. So I went into business school. And, but like the first 2 months, I just knew it's not for me. But I was just like, let me try and stick it out.
Yeah.
Let me just try and stick it out. I don't want to also to be that person who's like jumping around. So I was like, let me stick it out. Stayed there for, I think, max 7 months.
Okay.
Well, it's like, okay, I tried. It's just not.
It's not for me. I'd want to find out. Were you selling secondhand clothes at this time?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
So at that time, I was literally fresh off of high school. Like, I think I was like, what, 19? Maybe? Yeah. 18, 19, 20, thereabout. So that was the first thing I did, the business school. And I was like,
nah, it's not for me. No. Then you get into selling secondhand clothes, if I'm not wrong. Not yet.
Not yet. So after that, what happened is, I just went and told my parents, mostly my dad. He was the one I really used to just like pull my heart to. I was like, Dad, you know. So
this is happening.
So I just went and I told him, look, instead of the grades coming and you being disappointed because I haven't been going to class and all of this, this is just not working. And I just don't feel like it's my thing. Nothing.
Yeah.
But what was happening even then was I was still doing a lot of sewing, and I was still like now reinventing stuff, even making my own things, learning online, like, through getting books. Like, it was very much like a hobby that I would do. I couldn't wait to get home and do it. So then my dad at that time was like, oh, okay, but you enjoy so much doing this. Why don't you go and we can find you something in tailoring? Maybe you can learn how to tailor. At that time, there's nothing like fashion. It's like, what is a fashion?
What is,
You want to be a fundi, it's okay. I will teach you how to short, it's fine. So then, we knew tailoring, and it's like, you can go check in the Polytechnic. And I went to Kenya Polytechnic, literally in CBD. Asked about it, everything. And they showed me, they're like this. They showed me the course book, and I was like, I think I'll do this.
Nice.
And then I remember when I went back home and I told my dad about it, he was like, so cool, maybe you can just go check next week, and then we can get you enrolled. Then now in between that, my dad heard of now an actual fashion school. So then he was like, okay, why don't you check this fashion school? At that time there was only one. It was called,
is it Bakenzo?
No. That one's new.
That one's new. Okay. Old. Yeah,
I don't know why. I'll remember the name and I'll share.
All right.
So then that was like the OG of fashion school at the time. Even I didn't know about it. Like, my dad knew about it, and he was like, he had it from a friend or whatever, but that one had been there for a long time.
All right.
So then I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, I was ready to go to a poly.
Yeah,
like,
it's fine.
To that one. I went there, and I was there for 1 semester, which was 3 months.
Okay.
And I remember it was good. Like, for me, I was like, okay,
I love it.
Doing what I like.
Learning new things, fabrics.
Yes. And so I was into it. I found myself like more responsive and really just like getting into it. Like, I think for me at that time, because of doing the business school for a bit, it like I was so happy I found a place where I could just really be creative. And be with other creative people. And just like, because sometimes with fashion, especially early on, you're worried that you're doing something that's maybe what every other girl should be interested in. Like, but why is yours different? Like, you're just interested in clothes because every girl is interested. But it's like, but are you really different? So you just have to like go inside and it's like, am I really crazy? So that's what I would do a lot. But when I went to the school, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, so I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
And then even like interacting and doing like competitions and stuff, you start realizing, oh my God, so I'm actually like better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So out of all of us,
I
think we all like fashion.
Fashion, yeah.
I am better, so it means there's something. It's not just, oh my God, I like
I like it.
It's
Yeah.
okay,
yeah.
So then I did that for one semester. And then now during that time is when the school I eventually moved to opened up.
Okay.
So the initial school I was in, I didn't, at that time, there was nothing to compare to. So for me, it was good.
Yeah.
But when this new school opened up and I went and had a look, I was like, oh my God.
This is where I need to be.
And you know, the whole time I'm still thinking, okay, I don't want to jump around and like panic my dad too much.
Yeah.
I don't want him to think I'm not taking things seriously.
Yeah.
So I still need to look like it's serious without like being like, no, I want this.
I want this. Yeah.
So then, because I'd been here for one semester, so I was like, oh my God. But this one, now Markinsall.
Yeah, Markinsall.
At that time, Markinsall School of Fashion, I saw it. I remember I walked in. All the sewing machines were brand new.
Ooh.
They had like a library with fashion books, like history, fashion, and things. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I want.
This is it. Yeah.
And then I'm thinking of the school I just came from.
Yeah.
Literally that evening, because I heard it was on a Friday. And we just finished school, and one of my friends' relative had opened Markinsall. So we were all supposed to go as a class to just check it out.
Check it out, yeah.
Then people said, oh, no, I don't want to go. I was like, no, I want to go.
I want to go, yeah.
I went there with a friend of mine and went to check it out. And so I'm seeing all this brand new stuff. Everything smells so new.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking of the school. We were using like 2 sewing machines that are like hand operated. And I'm just like, oh my God, that, nah.
No.
Like, even my sewing machine at home was better.
It was better. The one on your last legs.
Imagine. And I'm like, nah. So then I saw this brand new one and I was like, okay, I think this is it. And I went home and I told my dad and I was like, you know I've only been in this other school for 3 months. But
there's this one.
I promise it's the last one. It's the last one.
Markinsall.
It's the last one, yeah. So then I moved there literally on Monday. I was just like, Papa, I'm telling you it's the last one. Never again. And yeah, it was the last one. I literally moved there after the weekend. He was like, I remember he didn't even come to see the school. He was just like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Can I trust you on this? I was like, yeah. You can trust me. No one is moving from this one until the end.
The end, yeah.
He was like, fine. He just gave me the check for the school fees and he's like, Sawa, you go. He literally stepped foot into the school when I was graduating after 3 years. And he was like, oh, so this is the school
what you were talking about. Yeah.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's why I eventually went and did my studies and I was able to really learn a lot about, not just clothing and creation of clothes. It's just even what the history that's behind a lot of the things you see right now.
Yeah, that is true.
And I think that has it's played a big part in how I've been able to develop the brand over the years.
Yeah. Is that where your love for fabrics came about?
Yes, and that is also when I started selling secondhand.
Secondhand,
yes, when I was in school. So I was there for 3 years. And I think at the time, my dad is like, he's loving, and my family, my parents, just they're loving generally. But growing up, they really were not like, they were strict. But
they were stern,
Not really strict, like you can't do this, you can't do that. But like more so strict with money. Like,
okay.
I mean, my family is, we're middle class, like we're good. It's not that we're rich or anything, but like my parents made sure that we are not spoiled in any way.
Okay.
So my dad used to give me an allowance like every week. And I used to live far from the school. So my transport daily was probably like 500. A day just to go to school and come back, and my allowance was literally 2,500. And that's just that's for everything. For everything, transport,
food,
clothes.
Like you gotta sort yourself out with this.
Like my allowance is the transport. That's it. He was like, the rest you'll figure it out. Like if you want to eat lunch, carry food from home. If you want cute like clothes and things, then walk from school to CBD. And I was like, what? Anyway, so we had to make things happen. And now that's when I really learned like how to hustle. And I was like, yeah, you know, I used to go, our school was on Gong Road.
Yeah.
And shopping, when you're thinking of shopping for clothes, that time it was really hot on, what's the market? Toy market.
Yeah,
yes. Toy market. So we used to go with my friends, just like, yeah, guys, let's just go shopping on our side. So I know I have like 2 socks in my pocket.
Yes.
We go to Toy and someone is telling me these pants are 100 bob. I'm like, that's too expensive.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you mean it's 100 bob? My friends are like, but it's 100 bob. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like literally, my friends would offer to buy me the pants and I'm just like, no. I want to know where you get them. Where'd you get them from?
Yeah.
I'm asking the guy, and
where's
he's
the
like,
source?
and of course, they don't want to share.
Definitely.
So no. So I remember there was one guy who one time I was like, okay, is it Trantanga Kombaso? He told me where they get them in Gikosh, and he even explained to me. And I was like, how much do you get them for? He's like 20 bob. I'm like, what? There's a place where you get trousers for 20
bob. Yeah.
I was like, that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
And I remember that time I asked around. I was like, okay, who knows about this Gikosh?
Gikomba.
And I remember when the guy told me, hey, but when you go there, that place is really bad.
Yeah. Dress down, go with somebody.
He really instilled the fear in my heart.
Yeah.
He was like, if you even show your legs, someone
For
can
real?
just like they'll even strip you. Like you can't show any type of skin. You have to wear a hoodie. Oh my god, the first day I wish I had a picture of the first day I went to Gikosh.
Yeah.
Guys, I was in like 2 t-shirts inside, like baggy, like oversized,
yeah.
2 deras on top,
what?
and then a hoodie, and then another dera on top.
What?
Just so you don't even see any inkling of like
Of
any
anything,
curve
yeah.
or like nothing.
No skin.
I had socks, like 3 pairs, gumboots.
For
'cause
real?
there's so
Yeah,
much
you
mud.
have to wear gumboots, by the way.
Now imagine wearing gumboots with a dera. Like,
yeah,
make it
girl.
make sense.
How? And then you have to walk.
Yes, and I'm over there walking so fast.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But I mean, after that first trip, I was like, no, what is this guy telling me?
I can do this.
That's my people.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, since then, I had a long relationship with Gikosh. I mean, like there used to be a time I used to go there. Yani, everyone I'm passing, hey, Njoki, Mambo. Like those are my guys.
Yeah.
So that's where now my love of good like clothes came from. I think that's where it really like ignited it, because if you think of Gikosh, it's literally a market of clothes.
Yeah,
there's heaps and heaps and heaps of clothes.
Yes,
and all you do the whole time
you
is
have to
like
ravage through. Yeah,
and that's why I now started learning like how to see a speck of gold in a flow of dust. Like literally, you can just like pinpoint something from the middle, and you're just like, I know that's good.
This is
like,
good.
That, and it's like, I knew it.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I really started appreciating fabrics, finishings, accessories.
Yeah.
Really seeing like how it's crazy, like that a market like Gikosh taught me so much more than even what school taught me, because I was able to see different clothes coming from like different parts
places,
of the world, how they're made, how the finishings are done, how even the fabrics react to wear and tear. Such important things that people don't think
they overlook.
You overlook it. But really it's like you learn how this would react or how this will last over a period of time after pulling wearing, things like that. And I think honestly I really just, those days were one of my favorite.
Nice. These are like the golden times,
I really loved it.
Beautiful. I'd want to know, so here you are selling secondhand clothes. At the back of your head you are thinking, I want to go big. At this time, are you thinking about your brand icon? Because here you are selling to other people, so you've noticed that there's a need. So how was that transition for you?
So I think when I was starting the secondhand business, because that came before Icon, I already knew I wanted a brand. From early on. I think the minute I went into fashion school, I knew what I wanted to get from being in school is to eventually have my own brand, where I can create my own sort of like style and produce our own clothes and be able to really reach a community of, stylish women.
Yes.
Now, I also, as I was in school, like learning, is when I started seeing, okay, I need a big chunk of money to do this.
Yeah.
I can't just start and just like, you know.
True.
And then slowly, as I kept being in school even more, is when I really narrowed down to the kind of business I wanted.
Okay.
You know, there's different types of fashion business. There's like, you know, custom made. At that time, especially in Kenya, it was just
custom made. That's true.
Made to measure.
Kenyan made.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. You come to a designer, they show you what design they can make, they measure you, and they make something specifically for you.
That is true.
And I remember even after school, I did an internship with a designer who was doing the same thing. And at that point, because I used to have my doubts, I was like, I don't know if I want to get into custom made. But after my internship for 3 months with a designer who did custom made, I said, yeah, I'm not doing that.
You're not doing it.
That is not
it's not for me.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
But the thing I do want to do is ready to wear. And I want to have fashion that's accessible.
Yes.
That's trendy. That's
high end, but not expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well made, quality, but not too pricey to wear. You're locking out a couple of people. So I really just wanted it to be inclusive. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to do that, number one, I don't know many brands doing that, so I sort of have to like either learn it myself, or just like try and pave my own way.
Your own way, yeah.
So I really didn't have people I could either inquire from or look up to, or I just had to sort of like go with my gut and read as much stories on the internet from all of these other brands doing it outside.
Yes.
But yes, I really had a clear vision of what I wanted the brand to be. Now, at that time, when I started doing secondhand when I was still in school, I did it. I started secondhand for myself, first of all, to dress me.
Okay.
Then I realized after a couple of months, I would go and I'd find all of these like really good items that are not my size.
Yeah.
Maybe not even my style. But they're just so good.
Good, yeah.
Like someone should have this like, oh my God, that dress, it's brocade.
Yeah.
Did I wear brocade? No.
No, but
it's so good.
Good,
and
yeah.
like no damage. So nice. And I'm just like, okay, what if I sold it to somebody?
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. So then I remember my first, and that's why sometimes when people ask how much did it take to start my brand, it literally, I say it took me 200 shillings because that day I took 200 shillings, which I generally would have shopped for myself. Yeah. And I decided, no, I'm going to buy stuff to sell. I went and I bought 4 dresses, each was 50 bob. And I went home. I borrowed my mom's camera at the time. I didn't have a camera. I didn't have nothing. Yeah. I borrowed her camera and I took pictures of myself in the dresses and posted them on Facebook and I sold each for 800. Wow. And after that, I was like, oh.
Okay. this there's something in here.
I took the 800 times 4, went, bought other dresses, like that. And literally that's how the secondhand business grew. And then after, I remember the first couple of months, I was still young. So I would like spend the money on my friends, go out. I'm like, guys, we're bullies.
It's on me.
You know, I mean, I remember a time when I was about maybe 24. Now I'd gone in hard on the secondhand business, right? And I remember I used to do, what are they called? The car boot sales.
On
weekends.
Yeah.
Let me tell you those car boot sales.
Yeah.
I used to do on Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
I kid you not. Oh my God. Those car boot sales. I would literally, after I'm done with the car boot sale on Sunday, I would be going home with about 400, 500k in my pocket clean.
For real?
Saturday and Sunday.
2 days?
Yes.
Wow.
400, 500k in my pocket. Saizo, of course, you know, Gikosh, by the time I've gone to shop for stock for this car boot sale, I've maximum spent maybe like 20k. Yeah. Max.
That
just for the
is
shopping.
Insane. That's like 100 plus profit. Like,
literally,
what?
Literally. 400, 500k.
Yeah.
I'm saying at that time when you're 24. And then your friend is calling. I was just like, bitch.
I love it. It's on me.
It's on, yeah. So we did that. You know, I had my time.
Yeah.
We had fun for like, I'd say maybe 6 months. Okay. After that, I was like, okay. Now
Let
I'm
me
making
center
this money.
myself.
Let's go back to the vision. You're getting swayed.
Yeah.
So then at that point, I was like, okay, I still need money for my brand. So we've had fun. Now we need to start saving.
Yeah.
So I sat down and I was like, okay, cool. To start my brand, I need this, I need this, I need this. At that time, when I was thinking of producing in mass, the only place I knew to go is China.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, fine. And to take my ass to China.
Yeah, needs to go.
Cool. We need to do this. This is how much it's going to cost. I put aside money for our first collection, production, everything. I was like, yeah, I think this is enough. Let's go.
Let's go.
So we went. I went with my samples that I'd stitched myself. I get there. And like the factories I'm speaking to, I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you want this dress, we can make for you 10,000 pieces. I'm like, I'm sorry,
what? Come again?
10,000. I came with budget for like 10.
10, yeah. Hold up.
Yeah, and they're like, no. So eventually I was able to get like some small factory that was able to do maybe SKUs. I think at that time they were doing 200 pieces.
Okay, wow.
No, which is still a lot.
Yeah, it is. I'm like 200. Yeah.
Like 300. It was like,
that's
to me
incredible.
At that time, I was like, oh my God, that's so much. First of all, I've left Nairobi. No one knows who Icon is. Yes. At that time, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to call the brand Icon.
Icon, yeah.
Because I remember I was like dabbling. I was like, okay, what should we call it? I hadn't registered the company.
Yeah.
I hadn't, like, no one knew.
Yes.
Literally, I was just like, you know? So then in my head, I'm like, oh my God. So if I make this order with this company, or with this manufacturer, the pieces that are coming to Kenya are going to be like upwards of maybe like 3K, 4K pieces.
Yeah.
No one knows us.
Yeah.
We have no way of selling them. But I kept saying, I remember my mom at that time, she would call me.
Yeah.
When I'm in China, and she's like, I'm telling her, okay, I can't find a factory. She's like, no, you can't make that trip be in vain.
Yeah,
you have to find. So not even me, I'm fresh. I'm like,
yeah, I gotta do it.
Yeah, so I found them, and I remember the deposit. I paid my deposit, which literally was now the last of my money.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's okay. In a month, I'm pretty sure I'll get some more cash and I'll be able to pay, because they told me it'll take about a month to complete the production. And then, they'll send the stuff to Kenya.
Yeah.
And then once it's sent is when I need to complete the rest of them.
The rest, yeah.
So then I remember the stuff came after a month. I'm super excited. I settled the balance, which I was able to make through selling more Geeko stuff.
Yes.
So then the stuff came and I was so excited that day. It was on a Saturday morning. They came in huge boxes.
Chunks, yeah.
Huge boxes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, yes. I know I don't have anything. So I had taken the month to establish the brand a little bit.
Okay.
At least I had it registered. I had, what else did I do?
Did you, did you have like an Instagram page?
I created it.
You created
in
it.
That month, I created Instagram.
In 2015, January 11th was your first post.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally, look at you. And I actually have a better funny story about that first post.
Yeah.
So, I remember the boxes came and I was like, okay, fine, let's do this. And I opened the box and I took out the first item and I was like, what in the world is this? What is this paper bag?
Yeah.
No, it was a paper bag.
For real?
I'm telling you, okay, it's not a paper
okay.
bag like that, but like that's how it felt, because from all of, I have a good understanding of fabric.
Of fabric, yeah.
And I have a good understanding of quality and stitching and everything. And when I went to the factory, we settled on how we want these items to be done.
Exactly.
I had come with my own samples as a show, like, of how exactly
this is what I want.
Quality to be. And we selected the fabric and everything. I lifted up this thing from the box. The fabric, first of all, felt like paper.
Oh no.
The zips were just like such poor quality, like sticking zips. The stitching was horrible.
Off, yeah.
I mean, the lining, everything about this piece was so bad.
Yeah.
And I remember in my head, I'm just like, I cannot believe all this time. So then I should have just spent all that money on my friends.
You know,
all this money I
could have done so much more.
I have refused myself, and this is what you bring me. And I was very
heartbroken.
Exactly. I spent the entire weekend crying.
Yeah.
And at that time, I mean, I truly felt like I wasn't going to do this anymore. I was like, okay, maybe it's not for me. I don't know if I can deal with this. Like, that's literally all my money down the drain. Where do I begin? I have no idea.
Yeah.
And, my mom told me, look, you can cry. We'll even give you like 1 more week to cry. But what you will not do is quit.
True.
Like, you have to see how you fix it. I was like, okay, fine. So So I cried for like 2 days. Okay, maybe an extra day.
As you should, you know.
Yeah, and after that, I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see what we can do. From there, from my trip, I picked some fabrics which I just stashed in my suitcase. So then I just said, you know what? Let's go back to basics. I will just do everything myself because that's what I know.
What you know, yeah.
So I just created a new collection, did the samples myself, stitched everything myself. And I got my sister's friend, my younger sister's friend at the time. I think she was 16.
Yeah.
And I literally told her, do you want to be my model?
Is this Nicole?
Yes. Nicole.
Shout out Nicole. Yeah, shout out Nicole. She did such an amazing job.
Yeah. So literally I got her and I was like, I'm gonna, using the same camera I was shooting for Mikosh, I was like, do you want to be my model?
Yeah.
I would put the stuff on her, take pictures. And I literally just created my own lookbook, sent it to anyone who I thought at the time was in fashion. And I was like, guys, you know, this is me. What do you think? Like, do you want to order something? You know, just like throwing it out there. Because at that point I was like, there's nothing left to lose. Let's just do it.
True.
And I remember at the time one person bit, Diana Opoti. She was just like, oh my gosh, yes, I like this top. Yeah. Can you get me one? And I was like, yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I even read the 100 note. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
At the time she was doing 100 days of fashion. And I sent someone to deliver it for me, but I made sure to have 100 notes saying thanks and everything. And she was like, you know, she called me after she received it and she's like, you know, I've worked with so many designers, but no one has actually written me 100 notes. And I love this top so much. And she's like, do you have more? I have friends who are asking, maybe we can sell. And she told me, okay, give me 5 more pieces. I was like, cool. I stitched them myself, 5 pieces, sent them to her. In literally 24 hours she was like, okay, they're all sold, so we need more. Can you get like 20? I was like, okay, yes, yeah, okay, I'll figure it out. And I just got fabric and we just kept like doing that and that, and like before you know it, I was like, oh, okay, here we are. It's not so bad. Okay, what else? Oh, you want a dress? Oh, you want this? And it just like rolled over and now here we are.
Nice. So Njoki spelled backwards is icon, but the J is silent. And I was just like, this is brilliant. Thank you. How would you describe your style?
Personal
style.
So I feel like this is like one of the questions I never really have a straight answer to.
It's okay, just give us.
But I feel like for me, first of all, my style is dictated a lot with how I feel in the morning. Okay. I don't like picking out my clothes the night before. I can't do that. Like,
me too. It's so weird.
I need to know how I feel when I wake up. If I'm pissed, guess what? You know,
the outfit will show.
And I want to think about it in the shower when I'm brushing my teeth. But generally, I would say my style is very much like put together, but like with a bit of a rebel.
Okay,
like just
nice.
A bit rebellious. But like I'm such a lady.
I like that.
But don't test me. You know?
Beautiful.
So I don't know what kind of genre that is, but I know that's my style. So I like to really keep it like ladylike,
classy. Yeah.
But then just
edgy.
Like a small cut edge. A small. It could be anything. It could be like sneakers with a short dress. It could be like, you know, just something to just like kidogo push the envelope. And if you're not keen, you might not see it. But for me, I know. I'm a bad bitch.
You're a bad bitch.
But I was like, no, nah, you're such a lady. Shut up.
And I'd want to know what fabric you pretty much enjoy using most of the time. What's your go-to?
What's my go-to? I like fabric with structure. I'm not gonna wear it a lot just because sometimes with structure it's constraints. You almost feel like you can't move around as much. I like being comfortable. But when it comes to being creative, I do prefer using fabric with structure because then you can play around with shapes and make like really cool features with it. So I'm into that. I'm into structure, even if it's not like super hard, just like a bit of body. Something you can, you know,
Yeah, play around with. Yeah. I'd want to know how it is being able to design clothes not only for yourself but for other women. Is it difficult for you? Was it difficult even being able to start and like, because you have to sort of like know what's trending, what's happening, what's hip.
Yeah.
So I'd want to know how this has been for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that was actually a big fear of mine starting out. I remember even as I was doing the transition from selling secondhand over into selling, into Icon and actually designing.
Yeah.
One of my biggest fears was, oh my God, will people like my stuff?
Style.
Like
your designs.
It's like, what will make someone be like, oh my God, that's so cool? For me, I was just like, I know it's what I would want.
Yeah.
But then would they want
Would they?
it?
Yeah.
And if they don't want it, I'm going to be so sad because I'll feel like you're just saying, oh my God, your designs are so yuck.
So yeah,
like
you ain't got style.
You're not even creative.
Like, what is this?
So I remember that time it was such a struggle. And for a lot, like for maybe 3 months, I knew I already had the money I needed for the brand, but I was still doing the same secondhand.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, you look like you're not starting your brand. What's happening?
What's happening?
I still need. I was like, no, I know you have enough.
Yeah.
You need to go because this is cute, but it wasn't your goal, number one. And number two, it's not sustainable. It's
true.
great now.
Yeah.
But if anything happens to that market or to anything that will jeopardize where you get your products from or whatever, your business is done.
That's true.
You need to have a business where you know whether or not whatever happens out here, you can still be able to create, and you can still have a business that's functional.
Yeah.
And, you cannot rely heavily
on other people. No middlemen. Cut them all out.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, fine. And I know part of why I was there for those 3 months was because of the fear. Just that fear of, I don't know if guys will like my product. So even with the design, like you're asking, I just went in. I was like, you know what? If I like it, I'm gonna find just one person who likes it as much as I do.
As you do, yeah.
And once I find that one person, then I'll find another one.
Yes.
And then I'll find another one.
Yeah.
And then I'll just find another one. And then we'll just find each other.
Just grow,
and then, for me, it was just, let me find one.
Yeah.
And let me make that 1 2. And let me make that 2 4.
Yes.
And then we go. And honestly, somehow by the time you get to like 20 people, you just stop because you're like, you mean 20 people love my stuff?
Oh my God.
Let's keep going, you know? And then when that number becomes 2,000, you're just like, what?
Yeah. Is this happening?
And then from there now the fear is not really, it's a different fear, but it's not the fear of will they like it. Now the fears become other things. And I would like to say that social media helped you, right? Because that's where you now started pushing all your designs. You started there before now you got your physical location. And your first physical location is in Westgate. Yes. I'd want to know how the transition was from selling online to now actually having a physical store. And not only just any physical store, but in Westgate. Okay. So for me, initially when I started the brand, I really truly believed in e-commerce. And this was even aside from the trends. So we started talking about e-commerce maybe I'd say seriously in Africa, I'd say maybe like 5 years ago.
That's true.
And we started 5 years ago. That was about 2017, 2018. Even then, when I was starting the brand, I knew I wanted e-commerce because coming from selling all of this stuff on Facebook, I saw the strength of selling online. I was selling on Facebook in 2013, 2014, like when no one was
selling anything.
Also, who was an influencer? There was nothing like that.
That is true,
There was just people on Facebook, our moms,
our friends,
And Facebook was literally for just like saying hi to your friends from primary school,
checking up on them,
like,
how you doing? That is true.
And at that time we were selling the secondhand stuff, and for me I was like, wow,
this is crazy.
So much just on such a humble platform. At that time, okay, Facebook was not humble.
Yeah, it was the biggest.
But that was before IG even showed up.
Yeah.
And for me, that struck a chord. I was like, people, as much as we say, okay, yes, we are maybe a couple of steps backward when it comes to digital and e-commerce. At that time, I saw the power of it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I was able to push that secondhand brand on Facebook purely.
Yeah.
Purely.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? Even Icon is going to be online. It's going to be e-commerce. It's going to be online. Now, what happened now when we started the brand and we did it online is as our community grew. We started getting a lot of requests for customers to want to interact with the product.
Okay.
They wanted to come and feel and just like have an experience.
That is true.
With the brand with the products.
Yeah.
And that's what influenced our decision to open the first store.
Okay.
And I remember the time it was literally, I think we were still in the midst of COVID, if I'm being really honest. Because even before, what had happened is, as much as this was our first store, we had done other stores before with different designers as a collective. Yeah. So we had sort of tried out different locations, sort of like seeing how it was, been in some shops here and there. So it wasn't like a total blind decision.
Okay.
It was like, okay, we can kind of see what it requires. I touched here and there and there. We did that for about 2 years.
Okay.
So even when we were going now into our own solo store, trust me, it was still scary.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But at least I sort of had a bit of knowledge. Yeah. And, you know, getting in, I mean, this first store we had was so quaint. Like, I think it was smaller than this room.
Oh, yeah?
Or maybe just the same.
Yeah.
But like, no, it was smaller.
It was smaller, yeah? Okay.
And at that time, it looked like it was a whole mall.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
How are we going to fill it up?
Like, we need a lot.
So much, you know.
Yeah.
Because the best thing about e-commerce is sometimes you don't have to have that much stuff.
That is true, yeah.
It's a website.
The website needs to look good, you know.
You don't have to, but a store, like you can't have just an empty rack.
That
like
is
you
true.
Have to fill it up.
Yeah.
So that was super scary. But then the once we talked, you know, we opened the store, we were able to share that with our community. I mean, the love was crazy. Guys were coming, even with their masks, like from home. And, you know, in my mind, I was like, okay, we're trying to tell people to stay home.
Yeah.
I was like, no. Be safe.
Because
guys are now opening up a lot more and guys were getting outside. So I think that really also grew the love that our existing people had. Yeah. Because then they were able to come, try on the products, see what new products there are. Because sometimes the other thing with e-commerce is by the time you create something new, by the time you share it with your
customer base,
there's a lot of processes that need to happen. Creating the content, doing the pictures,
that
doing
is
all
true.
this. Yeah. But with the store, I could literally have an idea yesterday, like the night before, and I just give it to my team. I'm just like, let's try. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make 2 samples. Okay, let's take it to the store.
Yes.
And in the store is when I'll just know immediately, because you'll have 2-3 people walking and it's like, hey, what's this? And immediately the person at the shop will be like, so they told me this and this, and they were like, okay, maybe if it was shorter, maybe like, and they do this to this day.
Oh wow!
You know, to this day, I tell them what I want to know what people
were saying, yeah,
because it's what people say. That's the only way we're able to come back, make it better, and then give it back.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's the core. As much as I feel like I know what people want. I can never ever compete with what people tell us they want.
Yeah, the customer is always right. Yeah, you know,
if they say we like it but we need it shorter.
Yeah,
we like this but we need it. I'm like, okay, let's adjust. Let's go back. Let's adjust. Let's go. Yes. And that's the one thing I learned even from the mistake I did taking the business to China. It's like we need to keep it in house at home. Yeah, because then I can make those changes quicker. You know. Yeah. If I can react to customers' concerns quicker, if they don't like a color, a shade, a fabric type, or whatever, that's something we can just, you know, recall quickly, adjust, and take it back. Yes. You know, which is difficult to do if you're not doing production.
True. True. So your customer base is growing, and so is your team. Yes. So I've been told that 90% of your team is women. Yeah. Or are women. Yes. Yeah. Is there a reason as to why?
I mean, aside from the fact that I really just love being a woman and love women, aside from that, I think for me, it comes down to being able to offer a platform for growth. And also being able to show women who are with the team and even women around the world that it's possible.
Yeah.
It's 100% possible. And, you know, I think back sometimes to some of the things that kept me away from what I knew I should be doing. And a lot of it was what people were saying.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just, you know, I never ever want to make it seem like they're only women because mentally all these things. It's nothing like that. Even women, we feed ourselves narratives
that is true
that are so detrimental to our growth and to us actually fulfilling what we need to do.
That is true.
And that's really just what I'm trying to change. It's like, wherever you are as a woman, I know for a fact we have all experienced moments where either we are made to feel like we can't do it, we're not good enough, we are not able to withstand whatever pressures come with whatever we need to do. Well, in true sense, we can. We can just as much. We are as able-bodied as anybody out there, and we can really do it. And so for me, it's just being able to, number one, just inspire and give that platform to women who really want more for themselves. You know? And I don't know. I like working with women. You know, I feel like it's like we know each other. It's like we're not going to have, you know, small like,
tiffs here and there. Like you get me.
We get each other. Come on, don't treat me that. Nah.
Beautiful. And now you are a content creator.
Yes.
And you've been able to start your YouTube channel, which I love. You educate people. You are also a foodie, you're a cook, and I'd want to know, you've been able to work with huge brands out there. I'm talking Guinness, Nivea, and I'd want to know how that journey has been for you as a content creator and just being Chris.
Okay, so actually, fun fact is Icon, the brand's social was there before Chris was ever there. Right? So Icon had its their IG is older than Chris.
And Chris,
everything. Icon is much older than Chris. And I remember we tried growing the brand in the beginning, and we still are. But I remember at that time my focus was just the brand, and I was like, you know, I can do my own stuff later. But as we kept doing it, I was like, you know what? Why can't we do both? I feel like I can do both.
Definitely.
So then even me evolving to be a content creator later, it was almost like a natural thing because I was also the one handling Icon's content. I was literally doing everything. For the brand. And I was like, I can do this for myself. And then now, instead of just being one brand, we can have two brands that are somehow joint-ish, but but we can at least be symbiotic where we work with each other. So we did that. Honestly, with Chris, I don't even remember how, where, or when it started. But we just sort of got the hang of it, and I have fun, you know. Every time I'm producing content, it became just like something I do that gave me fulfillment. And it was the same thing. I think it's just because I'm creative. Anything that's like a creative outlet just makes me happy. And I just feel like, okay, I want to do more of that. So it's been a great journey. I've been able to work with a couple of brands, and it's been a great time, but also it's really helped me learn how bigger brands do their social media, or like how bigger brands control their narrative online. And that has helped me in turn see how, or even look deeply into how you can do it, and make it more intentional. Because initially it was very much just like, we're having fun, we're looking cute, but then after interacting with a lot of these brands and doing work as Chris, I'm like, you know what? actually, yeah, we need to be more intentional. Maybe we need to say this instead of this, or we need to do this instead of this. So it's been a big learning experience for me as well. Yeah. And yeah, I'm very grateful.
Beautiful. I love it. So you are also starting a media company, if I'm not wrong.
I mean, it's already there.
It's already there?
Yeah, it's already there. It's still not, like, it's still literally just crawling.
In its baby. Very still a baby. Yeah.
Very baby. But again, it was another natural transition, you know. Coming from the fashion brand and from my personal brand, we already create so much content.
Yeah.
To where I was like, you know what, at this point, why don't we just like try and create it for others?
For others, yeah.
Because then it became, you know, there's a lot of ideas and even in my mind, a lot of ideas happening.
Yeah.
But I think, okay, some of these ideas are not applicable to me as a person. They're not applicable to the brand. But they could be applicable to somebody else. So how can we offer that?
Yeah.
And that's how we sort of just like got into it.
That's beautiful. Yeah. I'd want to know how you manage to balance everything and still have time for yourself.
Even I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm just like, it's, I think I try not to think of it as too much.
Okay.
I'd say maybe compartmentalizing. Yeah.
All right.
So I will try and I don't know, I'll try and schedule my time. And even, you know, as I'm saying this, I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
I'm still not good at it. Yeah. I'm not nowhere as good as I'd like to be.
You'd like to be, yes.
You know, I still want to be better. And I listen to a lot of podcasts, especially now, just on this, on how to sort of like plan your day, how to take account of every second, every minute, that's what I try to do. And I still fail miserably, but I'm so much better than I was before.
Definitely.
There was a time just even handling the brand on its own used to just blow my mind. Like it was too much.
Too much, yeah.
And I was like, no. There's people who do it. How do they do it?
Yeah.
And then I put in something else. I was like, okay, let's ease into it. Okay, let's do this. Just try and take it slow. Yeah. But really trying to make sure that every section of my day is utilized in the way it needs to be utilized. Yeah. That's great. Another thing that really helps is like my notes. Just my notes on my phone. I have, I think, I lost count. You
have so many notes.
It's up to 1,000. Yeah. Like literally, I have so many notes. With the most random things. I'll have a note for, because now before, let's say like today, I'm going to go home, get ready for bed, whatever, retire, wind down. Yeah. Before I go to bed, I write a whole notes with my to-dos for tomorrow.
To-dos, yeah.
But even those notes for tomorrow, I'll see them in the morning, and then I'll still need to create another
yeah.
to break down one of the notes of the to-dos.
Of the to-dos,
you know? So it's like a bunch of like notes on notes on notes. But those really help me too. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And there's really, there's no magic, I think, to balancing. It's just, you know, making sure that you know what needs to happen and prioritizing and just making sure it happens.
Yeah. How is it being your own boss? Girl, how is it?
Sometimes I wish I had a boss who would tell me what to do. Sometimes I'm looking at it, I'm just like, do I have to make that decision? Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't even think of it too much or as being my own boss. I almost feel like my, like the team I've built. And the people, the community we've built as a brand, like those are my true bosses. Honestly, like those are my true bosses. Because for me, when I think about, say, like either going to work or making something happen for the brand or whatever. Yeah. For me, I first look like, okay, the first person I need to satisfy is the customer.
The customer, yeah.
The second person I need to satisfy is my team. Yeah. If my team is struggling, is not happy, is not able to do what they need to do, I'm stressed because I'm like, if I don't have my team, none of this will be here.
That's true.
None of it.
Yeah.
You know, I would rather my team is like good, and then I come final, because then I'm like, okay, I'm not, as much as yes, I'm the boss.
Yes.
And I'm the one who makes sure everyone gets paid, whatever. They're the true bosses, because none of this would happen without them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't even look at it being my own boss. I feel like I work for that. I work for everybody.
Beautiful.
else.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'd want to know now, with Icon, made in KE, are we going international? What's it looking like?
What's it looking like?
Yeah, what's the future?
To be honest, the brand is made for Africa.
Okay.
The brand is made to dress the African woman. And even right now, I know we have a nice chunk of our customers who are international.
International, yeah.
But 90% of them are African
women.
And we feel that we want to be a brand that is representing the African women. You know, we are so underrepresented. There's not enough brands that are made in Africa for Africans.
For Africans, yeah.
And we don't want to be part of all of the ones made to go to international markets. They have enough.
Yeah, that is true.
Where are ours?
Yeah.
You know, so right now, I would say in the next 5 years, Icon will diversify, yes, but all within Africa.
All within Africa.
Within Africa.
That's beautiful.
You know, we want to really have our stronghold in Kenya, and that will remain.
Yeah.
But now we want to go into neighboring Kenyan countries.
Yeah.
Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda.
Yeah.
And then eventually now
The
spread
whole of
out,
Africa.
You know?
Yeah.
My dream is to really just see Icon being that brand in Africa.
Yeah.
And shipping all over Africa.
Yes.
You know, we're trying to see, you know, I love these conversations that are being had about, you know, reducing the trade taxes and things within African countries.
Yeah.
Because that's going to help so much with even shipping.
Yeah, that is true.
It actually costs more to ship to another African country than to ship to the US.
It doesn't make sense. Like, make it make sense.
I'm like, how?
Yeah.
So for us, really, we just want to keep it to the core. We want to keep it African. Yeah, but I'm not leaving out any international people who want to shop from us. You can
definitely not.
But definitely, I think we want to, especially with the physical stores, Africa.
Nice.
E-commerce spread its wings everywhere, but physical, I think we want to maintain.
All right. Now that you've brought up the physical location, there is something that is happening this weekend. Now, Icon is having a launch at Imara Mall.
Yes. I've been trying to keep the location secret for so long.
Yeah. Here we are. How are you feeling about this?
I'm nervous, you know. I'm nervous, but I keep telling myself there's nothing to be nervous about. But I'm also very, very, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude, I must say.
Yeah.
You know? First, I never ever thought starting the brand that we would even be able to open a shop anywhere.
Oh.
And, you know, opening up that first store, even to me still, because it was nice and small.
Yeah.
I still thought in my mind, I don't know why I do this, but I always still thought, okay, no, but it's not a real shop. It's just a small shop. It's not a real shop.
Yeah.
But then now we're opening the second one, and I tried to find an excuse for it, and I was like, there's no excuse. It's a second shop. And it's a big shop, so it's a shop.
Yes.
So then at that point, I was like, okay, it's happening. It's happening.
Here we are, guys.
Yeah, so I'm overwhelmed because it's something I truly, truly love doing, and I truly enjoy it. And I think now it's even moving more from me designing. It's moving more into me leading a team.
Yeah.
And I never ever thought that, you know, I would enjoy that. But I actually am enjoying just seeing my team grow.
Yes.
And me being able to give them to like sort of offload some roles in the brand to them and them flourishing.
Yeah.
That to me is like,
that's where it's at.
you know? And
Yeah.
so even with this store, I'm just so happy that, you know, the people who love the brand have been able to stick with us.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've now been able to open this second location to be closer to our customers who maybe are too far to come to Westgate.
Yeah.
And I'm just right now, I think after this, I'm just looking towards the next. Like, I'm already done. Like, this second
one's
store,
done.
it's done.
Now it's what's the
one?
next?
You know, I'm already like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. But no, I'm crazy grateful.
Yeah.
Crazy grateful.
Yes.
And I just hope everyone out there who loves the brand,
Yeah.
I just hope you all just like your cups overflow with bounty, because
Definitely.
everyone out there who supports the brand is really the reason why we're here.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You're an inspiration to so many women and young women out there. Now, this show is called The Woman Takeover Wednesday, where we bring inspirational icons such as yourself right here. And I'd want you to give advice to, you know, somebody who's listening, somebody who'd want to do what you are doing right now. You know, what words of wisdom are you gonna give a young lady who's listening out there?
I think what I would say is, you know, we all have sort of that inside voice that already tells us what we feel like we should be doing or what we enjoy doing. Most of us know.
Yeah.
We might fight it. We might say, oh, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's something else, and you push yourself somewhere. But there's always going to be that inside voice.
Inside voice, true.
That really, really, truly, if you listen,
Yeah.
will tell you when you're doing something that you should be doing, like what you need to, what makes you feel worthwhile, what makes you feel content. And not only should you listen to that voice, what you also need to do is do something every single day to get you a step closer to whatever it is that voice is telling you to do, right?
Yeah.
So as much as maybe you want to say, I don't know, be an astronaut. As much as you want to be an astronaut or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Even if you are in your job, maybe because you need to pay the bills or you're in school doing something else to appease whoever.
Yeah.
Make sure every single day you take a small step that'll get you closer to whatever it is you want to do. Even if it means reading a Google search page you found on going to the moon. Whatever it may be.
Whatever it is.
Do the smallest thing, but make sure you do something every day, because those small steps eventually become big steps, and eventually you start sprinting. But you cannot start sprinting if you're not even moving.
Beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much, Christine. It has been more than an honor having you on my show. This is actually my first ever Woman Takeover Wednesday episode.
Really?
And yeah. I am so humbled, and I am so happy, and I'm so grateful. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming back. We were supposed to do this earlier on, but KPLC did the thing. But I just want to say thank you again for coming, and thank you for being an inspiration to so many young ladies out there. I am going to be your cheerleader, just watching everything that you are doing, and I can't wait for the launch that's happening this weekend, guys. It's at Imara, so that is going to be the second location for Icon, and make sure that you pop up and get yourself something.
And before we stop, I actually got something for you.
Oh, you did? Oh my God,
I did
guys.
want to ask because I wanted to see if I got your style and your size correct. So you'll just go try it on at home and tell me if it fits.
I'm gonna wear this tomorrow, guys. Oh my God, I have tomorrow's outfit.
Let me know if I nailed it.
Yeah.
I find myself sometimes a connoisseur.
Yeah.
Of like knowing the size and the style.
And the style.
So let me know if I nailed it.
Okay, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're
All right, guys. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm gonna be playing Fenna featuring Z. I just feel like like it's only right because we have had a living legend right here, Christine, in the studio. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure you don't go anywhere. You are tuned into the Tu Chapiana Hour. I'm going to be here with you guys from now until 2 p.m. Make sure you keep it KE.
Yeah, young blood. Yeah. It's a phenomenon. Yeah. Young living legends on the track. On a mission, put the nation on the map. Worldwide recognition, let them know this shit slap. We bout to make it mad. Nairobi city on my back. Taking back the throne, bring it back to the motherland. Ni mama y'all, mama theirs in the trap. And a couple thick girls in the pack. And I know some bad boys from the hood. Rest in peace, Andre, that's a real cool dude. To all the real ones we lost along the way. And though it pains us to watch you fly away, but we'll never lose, yeah. See the sun still shines in the heavy rain. You need to slow your mind, meditate. Garden daisy seen growing in the rubble. Roses raised up in the concrete jungle life,
It's not always what it's painted out to be. I hope you stick around long enough to see. Young living legends on the track. On a mission, put the nation on the map. City on my back, and I can handle that. It's crazy how I'm made for this, I won't fall back. I'm a fundamental queen, repping the Nairobi scene. Yeah, I'm all that. Yeah. And I know how to chase a dream. I'll be saying what I mean, never off track. Yeah. And for the ones we've lost, there's not